Hey family, welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be doing zone cleaning, and we are going to be tackling those areas that we in the cleaning industry like to call wet areas. Those areas include the laundry room, the kitchen, the deep cleaning of the refrigerator. We're going to be mopping all of the hard floors. We're going to be taking care of the powder room, cleaning mirrors, and cleaning glass doors. And our zone is going to be the front end of the home. So I hope that you are either cleaning with me or you are comfortable and settled in and ready for this squeaky clean ride, because I have not sped up this video just as an opportunity to give you a chance to see how I actually clean. And in case you are unfamiliar with zone cleanings allows you the opportunity to only tackle certain areas in your home without having to tackle them all, as a way to not feel overwhelmed and still maintain a beautifully clean home without things building up. For me, zone cleanings work well for my size home. Zone cleanings don't have to be in any particular order. It can be your system in whatever way you choose. In case you're new here, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Stephanie, and here you can find pro cleaning knowledge, cleaning motivation, decorating, and household hauls. I'm a professional housekeeper with 13 years of experience, plus my own housekeeping service, offering cleaning tips on how to keep your home beautiful and in tip-top shape. Be sure you are subscribed so that you can always be around to pick up what I am putting down. I am well versed in how to fully take care of all things housekeeping, and I love it. Uploads are every Sunday at 6 p.m. So before I finish with the refrigerator and before I decide to wash everything down, I'm going to go ahead and unload the sink and get the dishes out of the sink and into the dishwasher, because this is going to help me stay organized as I go through the kitchen and do what I need to do, because I'm also going to have to pull the shelving or at least the drawers out of the refrigerator to bring them over to the sink to get them clean. And what I don't want is a sink full of dishes as I do that. Now, I have been laughed at here on the channel in the comments from people asking questions like, why do you Americans wash your dishes before you put them in the dishwasher? And so my answer to that is, I don't wash my dishes before I put them into the dishwasher. You don't see me using any dish detergent to wash the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. However, I do rinse the food off of my dishes before I put them into the dishwasher, because as you can see there is stuck on food on dishes sometimes. So in this case, that was pancake mix or eggs or something, and the last time I checked, it was called a dishwasher, not a dish scrubber. So a dishwasher does not scrub dishes, it washes dishes, and there is a difference between the two. So if you have stuck on, caked on food on your dishes, then in my opinion, you should you should rinse those dishes first, just to ensure that once you put them in this imperfectly man-made machine, that they will be as clean as they can possibly get. Here is also another example of why you want to be sure and rinse your dishes before you place them into the dishwasher. This is a pan that David and I had the other night. We cooked steaks outside on the grill. It was cold, yes, but we did it, and you'll see why in the video later. But the grease from the steaks drained onto the plate, and so it was kind of just stuck there. So if I put that into the dishwasher in its current state, it's not going to get clean. Well, I, for one, am really excited about this really long video that we're doing today. Number one, because I really want you all to be able to see exactly what I do over here in my home when I'm cleaning. It may not be the same if I'm ever doing a client cleaning. I would probably have to speed it up. I don't know. We'll see. But in my home, I definitely want you all to be able to see all of the steps that I take when I'm cleaning my house. Speed cleaning just makes it look as though it's super easy, and that, it just gives it a look of, it's just not realistic, if that makes sense. I'm not against it. I think it's necessary. But in my case, because I teach cleaning, I really want you all to see what real life cleaning looks like for me. I'm not speeding when I clean. I'm taking my time. I'm thinking. I'm strategizing. I am this is my time to just think about all the things that I need to think about as I clean and beautify my home. So this is the way I move around when I clean, and it's just really something that I was interested in showing you, because many of you tell me in the comments that you just find cleaning your house to be so overwhelming. And I just want you to see that it doesn't have to be overwhelming, that you can take your time. You can move at your own pace. You don't have to be in a hurry. You can enjoy your cleaning. You can get therapy from it. That, it's your house, it's your space, and that you can take your time to make it as beautiful and as clean as you possibly can. The other reason I'm excited about the video not being sped up today is because I want to talk to y'all about some things. So there's going to be a lot of conversation had in today's video. I want to mention that the giveaway is going to take place in Sunday's video on the 28th. I'm going to be giving away $150 to a random subscriber of my choice. I like doing these type of things for y'all because I just want to show my appreciation for you being here, because many of you tell me how my content is changing your life, and I just want you to know that it's doing the same for me. When I read those beautiful heartfelt comments that you all leave me, it is changing my life as well. It makes me have even more of a love for the work that I do here and in my business. And so I just want to show my thank you to you by gifting you with something that you can actually use, and we can all use some money. Most High willing, I'm going to do another one in March. Also, I want to talk to you about some questions that I get in the comments about stainless steel cleaner and how to use it. I get questions about different types of rags that I use, etc., etc., my professional mop. And so I want to also show you those things in today's video as well. So it's going to really help to have this long video today, because I'm going to be able to hopefully cover a lot of what is asked of me in the comments, because I want you all to completely understand what cleaning is, which is why I do this channel in the first place. So I decided to clean my refrigerator today because number one, it was just time, and number two, I'm getting ready to do a really big grocery shop, right? I need to really stock my freezer, and I really need to stock my refrigerator. I'm not really too big on buying a whole lot of sides because that's something that we can do as we go. Of course, I will buy some sides while I am doing my grocery shopping, but those aren't things that I really focus on when I do my grocery shopping. It's the freezer that I mainly try to focus on when I do my big grocery shopping. And big grocery shopping is not something that I have done since we've been in the house. David is gone most of the time. It's just me. At one point, it was just me and Carter. And so there's just certain things that Carter ate, and it's just certain things that I eat in a certain way that I eat. So I don't always, or I haven't rather lately, found it all that necessary to really just stock my freezer. But I am planning to go to the grocery store in a few days with a really large budget because there are a lot of things that I need and I don't want to have to go for a while. I am really going to be mainly stocking my refrigerator with things that are good for my belly, like kombucha, ginger shots. I like to drink the Clorox sparkling waters. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. I have a favorite lemonade that I like to drink. It's not necessarily good for my belly, but that's my little guilty pleasure. And so there's just a lot of there's quite a few plans. I'm sorry, y'all. I actually just woke up while I'm doing this voiceover, but so excuse me. But I just have quite a few plans for what I want my refrigerator to look like on this particular grocery shop. And you all are going to do the organize the freezer and the refrigerator and separate the food and all of that stuff with me. I'm going to make that a video, so hopefully that's something you all can enjoy as well. So the way that I've been cleaning out the refrigerator is everything that I knew that I wanted to dump and throw away, I separated that on the two counters. So everything that I'm going to keep is mostly on the other counter behind me, and then everything that was going in the trash mostly was on the island. And then also, I like to dump liquids and things of that sort because when I am throwing everything in the trash bags from the refrigerator, I don't want the bags to be super heavy. So I dump as much as I can. I've been asked to show the cleaning products because one of our subscribers here says that she is hard of hearing. So she has asked me to show everything that I use. So I'm definitely going to try and do that more. Even if you've seen it 1,000 times, I'm going to always try to always show you everything that I'm using at the time that I'm using it so you can gain a full understanding of how I am cleaning whatever area I am cleaning in a particular video. So my refrigerator was not too bad at all. We've only had this refrigerator because everything in our home is brand new and we purchased everything brand new upon closing on the house. We've only had this refrigerator for 7 months. So it's not too bad at all. However, there are a little bit of things, food and beverage and stuff like that. It's just kind of stuck to the shelves that I want to remove and just, make the refrigerator perfect. Also, it's really important to jump on top of your refrigerator early when you see that it is getting dirty. Because refrigerators, because they have so many compartments, because they have so many cracks and crevices, it could be really hard to clean refrigerators. I used to work with a lady that rather clean refrigerators than ovens, and I actually rather clean an oven than a refrigerator because the oven to me is pretty cut and dry. With refrigerators, again, like I mentioned, it is just a lot. It's a lot of cracks and crevices. So it's important to jump on this task really early before it gets out of hand, because I didn't have to remove my shelves and things like that in this particular refrigerator cleaning because the cleaning is happening at a time where the refrigerator is not bad. Now, the design of our refrigerator area is sort of a bad design. So this is why you see my door continuing to swing open on this left side, because of that wall that's behind it. They mentioned that to us when we did our walkthrough. We didn't feel like it was a big deal, and it's still not, but it is quite annoying because the refrigerator door on the left side won't stay open. And so I had a hard time pulling out the drawers on that side. So what I eventually had to do was just kind of slide the refrigerator out a bit from the wall and kind of turn it at an angle. The refrigerator doesn't move. The refrigerator is not heavy, but it also doesn't move easily either. So I was able to go ahead and maneuver it in a way where I could go ahead and pull out the three drawers and the bottom drawer that you see me cleaning now, because that was important to me, because I know that there's things underneath this particular drawer here that have fallen, like vegetable peels and, just little stuff like that I really need to clean. And if I leave that and if I leave it and neglect it today, it's just going to get worse. So while the refrigerator is not that bad, I wanted to still go ahead and take care of that. That way the next time I have to clean it, it hasn't just piled up. One of the things that I want you to totally understand here, cleaning family, is that cleaning is not about waiting until it's dirty. Cleaning is about prevention. There are countless customers that I have dealt with that haven't cleaned their homes in a year, and then they expect that when you come out, you are supposed to work a miracle in one day, and they haven't even cleaned in 1 year. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. And I try to explain to them that in order for you to get the results that you are looking for, you have to get a few cleanings done, and also you have to stay on top of those cleanings in between my service coming out to do your cleans, or any service. So again, it's all about prevention. You have to maintain your clean. I want to speak a little bit more about refrigerator cleaning, since this is the area where we are at the time. I want to mention that when a refrigerator gets bad, I don't care what type of refrigerator you have, but these French refrigerators, these French style refrigerators, they can get really, like, they're a real pain once they get real dirty. And most of us have these nowadays. What ends up happening is you have to remove, so today I didn't have to remove any of the glass, but that glass, it sits inside of that frame. And I'm sure you know this, but I'm going to go over it anyway. That tempered glass sits inside of that frame. And so once the refrigerator gets bad, what ends up happening is food and things like that will slide down underneath that glass. And so you have to remove that glass. You have to push it up and pull it out in order to clean that glass. In most cases, the food is already stuck, so now you have to scrub. And then once you clean that glass, you now have to remove that frame that the glass is sitting in out as well, because down inside of there are grooves. And so you have to take that out to clean those grooves as well, which is a real pain in the behind. So you have to take the refrigerator apart more when it gets out of hand, versus cleaning it on a regular basis and not having to do that. So this is why refrigerators can be a real pain to clean, because of all of the glass and the grooves and that sort of thing. And I did mention it a moment ago when I said that refrigerators have a lot of cracks and crevices. So I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what it takes to really deep clean a refrigerator once it gets bad. And it could take a really long time. Refrigerator cleaning in my service is expensive. It starts at $100. Reason being is because it takes a lot of time to get a refrigerator in tip-top shape. They can smell. Sometimes they collect a lot of hair because you're in and out of it. I mean, it could just be like a whole mess of things, right? So it's really expensive in my service to have your refrigerator clean, because it could take a really long time. And also, it's a separate service. It's not a service that I'm going to do on the day of a cleaning. It's a service that I'm going to come out to do, because I don't want to have to clean a refrigerator clean a home and clean an oven all in the same day. I used to do that when I was a little bit younger. Now that I'm a little bit older, I don't wear myself out like that. So those are services that are done on separate days. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that, refrigerators can really be a pain to clean. And so I like to go ahead and tackle mine before it gets too bad. So as I mentioned earlier in the video when we got started, I wanted to talk about a lot of things here that's been said in the comments. Somebody, or I'll say a few people, have come to my comment section to tell me that I run too much water, that I waste water, that I let water run for no reason. And here's what I want to say to that. If you have a problem with me running my water, this may not be the channel for you. I want you to understand that I am a cleaning lady and running water is my business, right? Like water is my business. Water is everything I need to clean. Am I saying that it's okay to just let my water run in the sink when I'm not using it? I'm absolutely not saying that. But I prefaced my statement with that because I want to say that as a cleaning lady, when my water is running and I'm not using it, I literally don't even hear it. I hear water running so much until I just don't even hear my water running. You all see my water running in the sink and I may walk away from it. And a lot of you found that cringe, right? And okay, I get it. But I literally don't even hear my water running. So when I look at it and it's running, then I'll turn it off. But I literally just don't even hear it. So if that's a problem for you, I'm asking that you either be patient or you just may not be able to watch the video. You may have to skip through that part or whatever. But as a cleaning lady, I don't even hear it. Now here I am cleaning the rubber part of the refrigerator. That is very important. If you have these rubber pieces, and we all do, no matter the style of the refrigerator, definitely make sure you are taking your cloth and you are getting down in between the grooves of that rubber because a lot of food and debris collects there. Down in the bottom of my freezer, I did have some little gnats or whatever looked like it got into the freezer and they were just down here dead. I'm pretty sure that's normal for everybody because again, our refrigerators and freezers are open and closed all day long, and so things do tend to get in there that aren't necessarily supposed to be there. So there were some dead frozen gnats down in the bottom of my freezer. Now, one of the things that I do enjoy about this style of refrigerator is that I can actually remove my freezer, and I don't have to worry about cleaning out a super cold freezer and my hands getting frostbite so bad. I hate that. So I can actually remove my freezer and clean the shelving that way. I can clean those what I like to call buckets that everything sits down in inside of the freezer. So that's a really neat part of the style of refrigerator that we have. As I'm cleaning, I also want to go ahead and dump the ice bucket because I just want everything to be fresh, including the ice that's going to be made. I want that to be fresh as well, since the freezer is going to be clean.
I am stuck in the middle. Yeah, I'm stuck in between. I'm stuck in a position. I'm just a machine. So you're stuck in the middle, huh? I guess we're stuck in between. Life is a riddle, yeah. And I don't know what it means, no. This is what it feels like. But you're not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. Let's share out and hitchhike. There is nothing we can't do. Ooh, baby, as long as I got you. I'm gonna open up my eyes this time. Open my heart and do it with a smile. I'm gonna love, 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 love. Give me your love, 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 love. You're stuck in the middle. Yeah, you're stuck in between. Things can only get better.
So I really want to try to come up with a better system for keeping my onions and garlic contained, because I hate these little onion peels and these little garlic peels. They are just the worst. I feel like this is one of the things that really makes my refrigerator look dirty, even when it's not. When I go to look in that drawer and I see those peels from the onions and from the garlic where it's come out of the onion bag and that sort of thing, it just really bothers me. So I wanted to order something on Amazon for that particular situation, and I did find some cute little onion and garlic containers. However, I really don't want to spend money on that type of stuff once I look at the price of it and I wonder if it's worth it. So I think I'm just going to do something simple by just keeping my onions in like really large Ziploc bags versus the regular bags that they actually come in, because I think that's going to help. And then I'm going to try to find like a small container just that is specifically for my garlic, so that I can eliminate this problem, because I just don't like the way that looks at all. I'm really glad to be able to wipe down the front of my refrigerator today. It's been a while since I've done that. Well, again, I've never done it since I had this refrigerator, because it's never really been needed up until this point. I usually keep magnets, and you saw Carter's artwork posted all over the front of the refrigerator, so it just wasn't I just wasn't cleaning it at the time. But I am going to remove all of that stuff from the refrigerator. I did move it over to the side, but you didn't get to see it in the video. But I did go ahead and take all of his artwork off of the refrigerator, his alphabets and stuff like that. And then I just have them put away in a drawer neatly, just so I can keep it. But I don't want all of that on my refrigerator anymore, because I do want to be able to wipe my refrigerator down when needed. Now, here's something also that I want to talk about as well when it comes to cleaning your refrigerator. Here is another issue where food and grime can get down into the grooves. This is one of the trays that came out of the freezer, and so I'm glad I'm getting on top of this early, because once you let this build up, these grooves here that you see, those can be a real pain to clean. At some point, you'll end up having to use a toothbrush, and again, the workload is just harder when you let build up happen, and that's in any situation, but more specifically the refrigerator in this case. So yeah, definitely make sure you're taking care of these things on a regular basis when it comes to your refrigerator. And then also this little grid looking part on the back, that's a real pain to clean once it gets dirty. I mean, y'all, yeah, you might want to stay on top of that. Now I am going to clean the bucket part of my freezer by just taking my my nozzle here from my sprayer, and I'm going to just go ahead and spray out anything that's in here. Again, I really like that these are removable, because I can just put them up on the counter and clean it this way. So I find this really easy. All I have to do is just kind of wipe it out with some dishwashing liquid, or wash it out with some dishwashing liquid, and then I get to just drain it and wipe it dry. So before we move forward with the rest of our cleaning, the other night David and I prepared these huge bone-in ribeye steaks that were seasoned to perfection by yours truly, honey. And they were prepared on this Kamado grill that was sent to me from a company called London Sunshine. Now, this piece of beautiful equipment is also available in red and orange, two other beautiful colors. Kamado cookers are extremely versatile. Not only can they be used for grilling or smoking, but also pizzas, bread, pies, and cookies can be baked effortlessly inside of them. Due to their excellent heat retention properties, high temperatures can be achieved and maintained by precise control of airflow via the top and bottom vents. High temperatures are ideal for fast cooking burgers and sausages, while low heats will cook larger joints over a larger time. Try adding some wood chips to the charcoal, or try combining different flavor wood chips to make your meats even more flavorsome. This Kamado grill is the baby Kamado, so it is rather small. They do have them in other sizes, but this one worked wonderful for us. It cooked our steaks to perfection. We really did enjoy them. We love the ceramic inside that this Kamado grill provides, and our steaks turned out delicious. The Kamado grill is self-cleaning, heated up to 260 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and it will scorch off all of the food and debris. To clean the grills and grates, use a non-abrasive cleaner once the unit has fully cooled. To clean the outer surface, wait until the Kamado is cool and use a damp cloth with a mild detergent. So if you are interested in the Kamado grill, definitely check my description box for their information, because if you like your steaks char a bit like we do, then the Kamado grill is just for you. Thank you, London Sunshine, for sending me this fabulous grill and for sponsoring this portion of the video.
Think we lost all, but who will take the fall? Who will win it all? You know the cost, still you go through walls. Keep on acting small. Even if you got something left to lose, even if there is something left for you to prove, I got bad taste of hanging around you.
So as with my items on the bathroom counters, as I've taught you all in previous videos, I'm going to wipe down all of my bottles and jars before I put them back into the refrigerator. That way, once I place my bottles and jars back into the refrigerator, anything that has accumulated on the sides or on the bottom will not go back into the refrigerator where I have already cleaned my shelves. I'm also going to face all of my labels forward.
For you to prove, I got bad taste of hanging around you. Bad. I'm so sorry about the bitter end. I'm so sorry if I misbehave. In the middle we got taste.
So quickly, I wanted to show y'all this salsa called Mateo's. I got it at Walmart. I'm not sure where else they may sell it, but this is a really good salsa. In fact, I don't eat enough of it, but I have eaten enough of it out of the jar, as you can see. But this is a really good salsa. Like, it just, I don't know, the taste of it. And the jar even talks about how good it is. And they really do live up to what their jar says. They really are good. So if you have a moment, just, you know, pop in your Walmart or whatever and try them out if you like salsa.
I wanna stand up useless, but in the aftermath of us, I'm so sorry about the bitter end. I'm so sorry if I misbehave. In the middle we got tangled up, but in the aftermath of us, I don't regret that much. Don't regret that. Ooh.
One of the things that's really good about cleaning out your refrigerator on a regular basis is that you get to see what you have and what you don't have before you go grocery shopping and either forget items that you already think you have or rebuy items that you already have. In my case, we eat a lot of tuna sometimes at my house, and I have a lot of pickle relish. So what I'm discovering as I'm cleaning out my refrigerator is that I have like 3 jars. No, as a matter of fact, I have about 5 jars of pickle relish in my refrigerator already. And then I know for a fact that I have a jar of pickle relish in the cabinet that has not even been opened yet. Now, the good thing about it is if you're running out of these items, you can combine them in the same jar. I could not do that because I had like 1 jar of pickle relish that was not organic, and then the other ones were organic, and then I had 2 jars that were open but not yet empty. They were still kind of full. So just be mindful of that before you go to the grocery store, because you end up wasting a lot of money and a lot of food that way. So that's the other thing about that's the other good thing about regularly cleaning your refrigerator. Now I want to get over into this pink stuff all-purpose spray that I'm going to use to be cleaning my stove. And I've talked about the pink stuff all-purpose spray here before, but since this is a longer video and we're talking about a number of things today and I'm able to go more into detail, I want to just let you know that I really, really like the all-purpose pink stuff. And the reason why I like the all-purpose pink stuff, now let me back up and say, I don't particularly care for the smell. I think that the smell of it, they can do a better job with that. It's not that it stinks. It just has sort of a smell to me that is not really subtle, if you will. I don't know. I don't really care for the smell, but it doesn't bother me enough to not use it. But the product itself is wonderful. It just gives your surfaces, in this case my stove, because that's pretty much the only place I use it, it really just gives my stove this squeaky clean shine. It literally shines like nothing else I've ever used. And if you've been on my channel for any certain amount of time, then you will know that I used to use the Dawn to clean my stove and to degrease it and that sort of thing, and to take away streaks and that sort of thing. But with this all-purpose pink stuff, it really does have a squeaky clean shine. I highly recommend it for stove tops and shower glass doors. I haven't used it in my particular shower, but I have used it in my client shower on their glass, and it just works wonders. It is soapy, so you will have to kind of wipe it for a couple times to, remove some of the soap. And then, of course, I just go in with my glass cleaner as usual, and then I just get this extra shine because the pink stuff all-purpose is giving me a shine even before I spray my stove top down with glass cleaner. Somebody mentioned here in the comments that they noticed that I spray my countertops rather than just spraying my towel and then wiping down my countertops. And I don't do that because if there is stuck on food on my countertops or my stove or any place like that, I want to spray the all-purpose onto my countertops directly so that it is soaking into whatever food that is that may be stuck on. If I'm just using my rag and spraying my rag with all purpose and going over it, I'm going to have to do a lot more scrubbing. So I thought I would mention that. This is a dry towel that I'm going to wipe the glass cleaner with, is the reason why I showed you that. But I wanted to go ahead and mention that in case anybody else uses that method to just spray their rag versus spraying their countertops. I want to let you know that there is absolutely nothing wrong with spraying down your countertops if you are using something safe that is conducive to your type of countertops, right? And most things are, you don't really have to worry about it. The only thing that you kind of have to be really, really mindful of is if you have marble countertops, real marble countertops. But otherwise, you should be perfectly fine with using a natural all-purpose to spray down your countertops to soak up or let the solution soak into whatever may be stuck on top of the countertops. And then that way you're using less elbow grease. So with this clean, my stove was kind of dirty. I made David pancakes while he was home, and I dropped the whisk, or the whisk fell or flipped out of the bowl. Y'all know how that can be. The whisk flipped out of the bowl and the pancake mix just went everywhere, including all over the front of the stove. So at the time, I was so disgusted because you know how aggravating that is when that happens. At the time, I was aggravated, so I wiped off most of it, but some of it was still left, and I just decided to save it for when I got ready to do this video, of course. And I didn't show it to you, but I just wanted you to know that my stove was a little bit on the dirty side, at least the face of it, in this particular video. So I did have to wipe down my stainless steel on the front of the stove, which left it streaky. So I'm definitely going to be going over how to use the stainless steel polish since I've been asked, and how to buff it out and what towel to use. So here is what my stainless steel is looking like right now. I'm pretty sure many of you can relate. And then most of the time what people do is they just leave it this way because they figure it's clean. If your stainless steel is not buffed out with a polish, it just looks dirty. And this is why it is important to know what product to use and how to use it. A lot of people use the stainless steel wipes and those just don't work. That's a horrible product to me, and you will hear more people complaining about those than not. This is a Sprayway stainless steel polish. If you pay attention to the nozzle, this is the nozzle that you want to get, which is in most cases sold in the grocery store. Do not buy the one on Amazon. Now, this is a large microfiber towel. It has a rough side and it has a smooth side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my large microfiber towel that is good for polishing stainless steel and dusting only. And I'm going to fold it into fours. And I'm going to take my stainless steel polish and I'm going to spray it directly onto my rougher side of the towel. And then I am going to put enough on there so that I can just go over the entire face of the stove. Now you can use more if you need to, or you can use less, but we'll get back into that in a minute. So all I'm going to do is just wipe down my stainless steel with the wet side of my towel where my polish is, and I'm going to buff it out as I'm wiping. Now, if you have too much stainless steel on your towel, then you're going to use the dry side of your towel to just use the same motion that I'm using here to buff it out. But if you have just enough, then you shouldn't have to worry about buffing it out any further. So you're going to see the difference in what the stove looked like before and what it's going to look like after I'm done. You should actually start to see the streaks on the stove start to fade away with me using the polish on the microfiber towel. I was also asked if the towel should be wet or dry. Always make sure your towel is dry. If you use anything wet with your stainless steel polish to try to buff out your stainless steel polish, it is going to look a hot mess. Also, you may not always need to buff or use a polish on your stainless steel. For instance, my refrigerator does not need a stainless steel polish. It never has streaks when I wipe it down. So a lot of stainless steel appliances don't even need it. I have a GE stainless steel refrigerator, and the appliances that came in our home are Frigidaire. So I guess it may just depend on the brand. So really quickly, before we get to our next part of the video, while I wipe down the countertops, I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about me. So I'm the kind of person where because I'm getting older and because I've been through a lot in my life, I'm really just getting to that place, or have gotten to that place, where I just want everything in my life to be serene. Like I just always want to have this, I just want to always be in this euphoric type of state, right? Like I want to be, I guess I could use the word stoic, but I know that stoic is not really my personality, so I won't, force that too much. But I do like to be in a position where I'm just always in chill mode. And one of the things that I have been doing lately is I have been journaling. And over the years, I have just been hearing a lot about journaling. And I just never felt like I was the type of person that could get into journaling. Like, I don't have a long attention span. So for me to sit down and write out my thoughts, I just didn't think that that would be something that would be good for me. And so, and so I discovered that maybe I should get into journaling because I think a lot. Like, I'm a thinker. I will leave the TV off. I will leave everything off in the day and in the house during the day, and just be left with my thoughts. And so what I discovered was that when I bought a journal, and I bought a journal about a week ago, and it's so different and so beautiful and just so special. And I started writing down things that were inside of me. I started just writing down my thoughts, writing down what was going on with me for the day, what I thought about for the day, that sort of thing. And I just started discovering a lot of things about myself with just journaling. Like, it literally has changed my life. It's literally therapy in a book. If you have never journaled and you are a thinker and you are somebody that needs to get your thoughts out of your head and onto something, be it video, content creation, or a journal, I definitely recommend it because, again, it is really changing my life. It is helping me to attain that serene environment that I want to create for myself. I can't explain how it's happening, but it is happening. And it is really just an amazing discovery. Journaling is just an amazing discovery. A lot of you out here may already be journaling, a lot of people do. So to you, it may not be any surprise, but for me, somebody like me who never thought that I would ever take the time out to write down my thoughts in a journal or my feelings or whatever, it's life changing. Let me just tell you. I was at a place where I just couldn't get settled with some things that were going on inside of me. And since discovering journaling, I just have this newfound peace. Okay, so this is the portion of the video where we talk about the different towels. So this right here is a cut up t-shirt. It used to be white and now it's red. So this is a cut up t-shirt. T-shirt material rags are very, very good for glass cleaning. They leave no streaks on your mirrors and glass when you are done. This is a microfiber towel. It is small. It is a small microfiber towel. It also has a rough side and a smooth side. You can clean with these. You can also dust with these, but I would not recommend them on your glass or your mirrors, not the thicker ones. Okay, so this next one is a microfiber towel as well. You can clean with these and you can dust with these as well. And you can also use them on glass if you know how not to leave the little residue behind. But these thinner ones would be better for cleaning glass, right? Or mirrors. You can actually use that for these. Now, you don't have to use microfiber towels to clean. You don't have to do that. You can use any towel. I just have about 300 of them, so I just have them on hand because I have a housekeeping service. Now, this is the type of mop that I use in my business, and I'm also using it in my home as well. This mop is adjustable, and so because it is adjustable, it is better for your back. This is my lifeline. This is something that I will never not use. So I am 5'7". You see how tall this pole can actually adjust to. I don't use it at this height because that's just not what I need to do. But should you need to use it at that height for any reason, you can. Adjustable handles are better for your back, which is why I love them. These are the pads that I use with my flat mop. They are Velcro. You can throw them in the washing machine and wash them over and over again. The flat mop pads also allows you to see how dirty your floors actually are. Now, this is my professional mop compared to the Bona mop that I have been using in my house. As you can see, the heights are totally different, and the Bona mop does not adjust, at least not to the height that I need it to adjust. So what ends up happening is when the mop is much shorter than myself, I cannot glide with the mop, and it's harder on my back. So I'm going to demonstrate to you right here. Now, neither one of these mops have a pad on them as of yet, so they're going to glide a lot smoother because it's just rubbing across the floor, right, without the pad. But even when I put a pad on this mop, I'm still able to keep my back straight, as you can see, and I can still glide with the mop back and forth, right? And then it's better on my back. And so I don't even have to bend. I can just, if I have to mop in front of me by pushing the mop, I can still do so with my back straight. Now, of course, you're going to have to bend to a certain extent, because you're human and that's just the way your body is going to do when you're moving anyway. But with this mop, once I put a pad on this mop, and I actually think it is a pad on this mop right now, but it's dry, it's not wet. But once I put a pad on this particular mop here that does not adjust, I'm going to have to bend like this, because what ends up happening is when this pad is wet, and because this pole on this mop is more so plastic and flimsy, it makes the mop skip on the floor as I'm mopping. So it's not firm to the floor as I mop. So it's harder on my back with me being a tall person, having to bend and mop and try to keep the mop firmly to the floor. With this one, I don't have to bend as much, and the mop stays firmly on the floor as I mop, even when the mop pad is wet. So I can move back and forth as I need to without the mop skipping. My handle is adjusted to the height that I need it, thus keeping my back straight. So I love to use my professional mop in any setting, my house or my clients' homes. Now I'm getting ready to clean out my sink. This is one of the dish detergents that I use, which is the Basil Mrs. Meyer's. I love it and it smells absolutely fantastic. I also love the lemon verbena one as well. Now before I clean out my sink and finish off the kitchen, I'm going to wet my mop pad really good today, because my floors are really dirty and they really need a good mopping. So versus me just spraying the floor with my Bona spray cleaner, I'm going to wet my pad really good, and then I'm going to spray my pad down with the Bona solution real good, so that when I'm going across my floors are getting nice and wet. Not soaked, but they're getting wet, thus pulling up all of the track marks or whatever that is left on the floor.
Just take a look at yourself. Do you really think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself, trying to forget how you felt? Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it, somehow you think that you need it. Others' opinions, to know how you're feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or within it, if you're sinking or swimming, existing or living. Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything.
So I want to take a moment to say to all of you cleaning scholars that never clean your house, that's going to come over here to try to critique me, and say, zone cleaning does not take this long. Yes, it does. Zone cleaning is not about time. Zone cleaning is about areas. So it doesn't have to take 15 minutes and it doesn't have to take 2 hours. It really just depends on your zone and your home. So in my case, my zone cleaning is taking a long time because number one, I take my time to clean anyway because I'm doing it thoroughly and I'm not lazy. And second of all, the size of my home, the amount of flooring that I have, and all of that. So zone cleaning is specific to each individual. But I want you to remember that zone cleaning is not about time. It is about areas. That's why it's called zone cleaning. Now, I do want to say that there is nothing wrong with being lazy sometimes because we all have those days. So, I am putting together a video, or I have a video idea in the queue for you lazy girls out there who don't like to clean your entire home. You just want to get a little bit done at a time in the least amount of time and still maintain a fairly clean home. I have a video coming just for you. So here is the entryway cabinet again. That I showed you in a previous video, and I also posted about the new lamps that I purchased for it. Now, the black knobs are the knobs that were here before, if you remember. And I don't like the black knobs because it looks kind of masculine to me, so I wanted to change them to a brass, which goes with these lamps that I purchased earlier this week at Marshall's. And so I really think it looks nice. Now, I wanted to have handles on the cabinets and, well, no, just on the cabinets as you see, but I wanted them to be brass. But the ones that I found, they didn't fit, so I had to take them back. So I ended up with these knobs. So what I'm getting ready to do right now is just remove these black handles because I just wanted to show you what it looked like before and what it's going to look like after. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these black handles and place the brass round knobs here, and I'm going to let you see how this turns out. If you stay tuned to the end, and I hope you do, you're going to get to see what it looks like with the lamps lit up as well. Now, I will forewarn you, and it is bothering me, so I got to pop back out to Home Depot soon, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it because I'm only going to go when I feel like going, because that is my mood from now on, right? Like, I'm slow living, honey. I'm practicing slow living. I ain't trying to be in a hurry to do nothing. So, one of the knobs, I did miscount, so I am missing a knob at the very bottom on the drawer. So I have to go back to Home Depot to get another knob. But like I said, I will get it when I get it. But other than that, this turned out gorgeous, and I really like the way it looks. Hobby Lobby is my absolute favorite store, especially for the way that I decorate. So I know I'm going to be going in there soon to continue to style this cabinet, because I have started with the lamps, which I feel like is, you know, the part that I really needed to get out of the way. I have now found the perfect lamps because I knew that I wanted lamps to go on this cabinet. So I found the perfect lamps, and I found them at Marshall's, in case you didn't see my community post. But I'm going to go in Hobby Lobby to find some things that I have in mind to continue to style the cabinet with. So everything is turning out beautifully in my entryway. I'm kind of thinking about changing out that big picture with the brown frame that's over on the left hand side, and putting it more so by the door, and then putting something else right there, but I don't know yet. We are going to have our house painted completely, so I'm just kind of trying to wait until that happens before I start changing around things on my walls. And then this dining room table here is really cute, but I'm going to sell it. It's not for me. It's not big like I want it to be. When we purchased it online, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be when it came. The style of it is absolutely perfect for my dining room, but it's just, it's not giving me that I want as far as size and heaviness and that sort of thing. I want a big dining room table, and you know, I just want something where when our family comes over and gather with us again, we just have this table that just says family, right? So I'm definitely going to be shopping for that soon, but I'm going to put this one on Facebook Marketplace, I believe, and I can get a pretty good penny for it because it's brand new. It's hardly used, so it's not used at all. We've only sat at it one time since we've had it. And so, yeah, I am going to be changing this out really, really soon. So it's a lot of content coming up here with me. Y'all are going to, you know, see all of this. I may even take you shopping with me when I go look for a table. So just be sure you are subscribed to the channel, because I do all things housekeeping over here, decor, home, all that stuff. And so I love doing this type of stuff. And if you love this type of stuff, then this is definitely the channel for you and the family to join.
You could say anything, but it could mean everything, 'cause you said it to the right person and they needed the compliment. But isn't it sickening? You could say you're in love with them, but it won't mean anything at that's not your fault. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't a fact. Known your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything.
As you can tell, I am trying to touch on as many things as I possibly can based on what has been said in my comments. My curtains are really long, okay? They are. Now, I love for my curtains to pool on the floor. I think that that look is absolutely gorgeous. However, these were a mistake. My curtains were not supposed to be this long. I did not measure, okay? I thought that because our ceilings were so high, if I got the length that I got, then it would be fine. And when they got to me, they were just way too long. And so I've gone back and forth with whether or not I wanted to have them taken up or if I just wanted to change them. Now, they don't bother me, but it's just, I feel like there's always somebody in the comments saying how my curtains are too long, and you're not wrong. But they don't bother me. So I really just don't need the opinion on them. I know that my curtains are long, whether it was done on purpose or not. This is my house, so it really doesn't matter. You know, people always have to insert themselves where they're not needed. But I thought I'd go ahead and mention that the curtains being that long are a mistake. And so I decided not to have them taken up or change them, because eventually I'm going to change my curtains anyway. And then when I change them, I am going to go with another size, of course. So I just didn't see it as a big deal right now. I'm still going to go with that same style, but the size and the color will be different when I decide to change them out, because as women, we're always changing out our curtains and doing something different. So I just wanted to bring to your attention that I know that my curtains are really long, but it's okay. And it's not that inappropriate for the type of house that I have. My half bath is one of those places that's rarely used. I mentioned before that Carter used it a lot when he was here. David uses it when he's home, but if it's really clean, then David won't even use it. He'll just retreat to another one, I guess, to try to keep me from cleaning it or whatever, or to keep me from saying he's dirtying it up, because he does have the habit of coming in here, brushing his hair, and then leaving the hair in the sink. So he hasn't done that in a while. So I haven't had any reason to really come in this bathroom for a while, but there is a ring in my toilet. And so that lets me know that I do need to go ahead and get this clean. Also, I've noticed that the ring did not come out as easy in my toilet. So it is a hard water stain now in my toilet. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pumice stone, because I have them, and my pumice stones have a handle. I'm going to take them and I'm going to scrub that ring out of my toilet, because when you have a hard water stain in your toilet, it's usually, when you have a ring in your toilet, let me back up and say that won't come out even when you're cleaning it. What you typically have to do is take a pumice stone and scrub that out of there. And then just make sure you're rinsing your pumice stone really well, so that you can put it away for the next time you get ready to use it for your toilet, because you want to, keep your pumice stone with your toilet items. So that's what I'm going to do. Not in this video, but at another time, I'm going to take one of my pumice stones and go ahead and get that ring out of the toilet, because it's just not a good look. I don't like the way it looks at all. You can barely see it, but I know that it's there, so it's going to bother me. So in a few moments, you're going to notice that I have a soap dispenser, and I have a lotion dispenser, and then I have a bottle of lotion sitting next to my lotion dispenser. And the reason for that is because when I first started to decorate my home, I was going with the farmhouse style, which some of my decor is still farmhouse, like this bathroom that we're in. And I don't mind it at all. It's really pretty, and I'm keeping it for now. So I ordered these galvanized dispensers, the soap and the lotion, and I thought that they were absolutely perfect. They were different, and it was just all of that for this bathroom, right? But the lotion dispenser ended up not dispensing the lotion. It didn't work. And so they sent me like 2 more out that still didn't work. And so I just had to go through this whole thing with sending it back, getting a refund, this, that, this, that. So by the time they sent me the last one, I had already put my lotion inside of it, right? And then it still didn't work. So of course I couldn't get the lotion out of it because the lotion is just not going to come out that easy the way soap would. Let's just say if the soap dispenser wasn't working. So I just left it the way it was and kept it for basically decor because the set is so cute and it just, it's a pair. It just goes so well together. And so I just decided to leave the lotion bottle next to the dispenser just in case when my guests come they need to use the restroom, they can still have an option to have some lotion. Now I'm getting ready to clean the toilet, and I usually use disinfectant wipes to clean the toilet, as you saw, and I use a wad of them, which I'm going to show you in just a second. I don't just use one, I don't just use two, I use a wad because it feels more like a rag to me, and it's something that I can just go ahead and wipe down the entire toilet with and then toss. And then I'm going to take my paper towel that has glass cleaner on it. I'm going to spray a little bit more glass cleaner on it, and that's how I am going to finish off my toilet once I'm done here. So I just wanted to let you know that I do use a wad of disinfectant wipes because it just works better for me. And I'm just not really into using things that I can't dispose of when it comes to the toilet, be it my toilet or my client's toilets. So I want to address another comment that I got because, of course, as my channel grows, more people will come to the comments. They will have questions for me, whether they are subscribers or whether they are just passersby. You get those, right? And so I've been asked a few times by a few people how to get their family on board with keeping their homes clean, right? Because the person in the comments wants to keep a clean home, but they have children, they have a husband, pets, that sort of thing. And so they want to know from me how they can get their family on board with their plan of keeping the house clean. And I'm going to say this with as much tact as I can possibly say it because I don't want this to come off like I'm being smart or anything like that, because I'm absolutely not. But what I want you all to understand is that I am a housekeeper. I am not a family counselor. There are certain questions that I cannot answer about your family situation because I don't know your family. I don't know what rules you have set in place for your family. I don't know what type of children you have. I don't know what type of husband you have. I don't know the relationships between all of you. I don't know if you're the kind of person that just in your head you want to have a clean home, but it's not necessarily a big deal. So you're kind of a person that's just like, yeah, this is what I want, but I really don't care. I got family. It's not a big deal to me. I don't know your family situation. I don't know you. So those are the type of questions that I won't be able to answer here in my comments because I just don't have those types of answers because, again, I am a housekeeper. I know about household things, right? And so for me, and I can only tell you about me, but cleaning for me is a must, right? Like it's a must. For some people, it's just not a must. For some people, they are very laid back in the way that they conduct themselves when it comes to their homes being clean. When I was raising my children, I did not play about my house being dirty. So I did a lot of fussing, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and be transparent about that. When I came home and my house was less than what it was supposed to be, I did a lot of fussing. And so that's how I got the job done. Now you may not be that type of person. You may not be the kind of person that's going to fuss at your children. You may not be the kind of person that it has to be done. But see, for me, cleaning is mental, right? Like, I have to have a clean home. Things have to be in order for me. Things have to be decluttered. Things have to be dusted, right? And if they're not, I feel like there's some type of mental disturbance that's going on inside of me. And so for me, it's a thing that has to be, because I can't live with anything less. So I said all of that to say that we are all different individuals, and we don't all feel the same about cleaning. We don't all clean the same. Some of us overly clean. I probably overly clean. In fact, I'm sure I do. Some of us, clean, but we don't overly clean. Like, there are just different types of people, right, as it relates to cleaning. So I'm not able to talk to you about your family. As much as I would love to be able to do that, I'm not able to talk to you about your family. So I am not the kind of person that is pretending to know everything. I just know a lot, and I know what I know, and those are the things that I can actually help you with, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, I am going to take some time to go ahead and clean my mirror, because it's been quite a while since I have cleaned this mirror, although it doesn't collect a lot of dust, but it still looks better when it's freshly shined. Also, our shoe rack sits in that area, and so I really need to vacuum here and get this area mopped, because the dirt and the dust and that sort of thing falls from the shoes as they are put on top of the rack onto the floor. So I just wanted to kind of move that out of the way to get this area nice and tidy and mopped today as well.
Sure, we had fun tonight. You and me felt alright. But it's time you pick up your phone. You won't be worth my while. Me and you won't work out. Pick it up, pack it up, get a cab and go. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I ain't got room for love. I don't need stars above. All I need is my precious space. Yeah. Why you so serious? Can't you just be mine for a night, my love? Take it off, put it on, then be on your way. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I've been too hurt before. I've been through hell and more. So I hold on to my heart. I've been alone before. This way I won't get bored. So I hold on to my heart. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I've been too hurt before. I've been through hell and more. So I hold on to my heart.
So I have already taken care of the entryway with the vacuum. I don't need to do that on camera because it's already been done. So I'm going to take care of the floors. This mirror did have a bit of dust. So what you see me doing is taking my microfiber towel, a dry one, and just getting the dust off of it before I spray my Sprayway glass cleaner, because what I don't want to do is spread around dust on my mirror. I want to leave a fabulous streak-free shine on the mirror, so I definitely want to make sure that I'm not leaving behind any dust. And then I'm going to use my small, thin microfiber towel to go ahead and work in my glass cleaner to make this mirror gorgeous. I want to back up just a second and go back to the mop. A few of you have been asking me, as I mentioned earlier, about that mop and where I purchased it from. I purchased that mop at Costco. You can also purchase it on Amazon. Now, Amazon does not have that exact one, but they have one that is almost very, very similar to that one. So what you want to look for is the adjustable pole, and you want to, of course, look for the flat part of the mop. You want to make sure that, I want to say that's metal. I'm not sure what it is. It's metals. I don't know. But you want to make sure it's very sturdy, because Amazon will have those little flimsy ones. They will adjust, but they'll be super flimsy. So you want to look for one like the one I have. Like, you want to get as close to that style as possible, because that's going to be your best bet. And of course, if you order on Amazon, you're going to be able to look at the description of the mop to see whether it adjusts and that sort of thing. So just, pay attention to the one that I have, and then go to Amazon and try to find that same one, or one that is identical, right? And then you can also purchase the pads there as well if you need extras. A lot of times they will come with 3. And if you need more, then you can purchase more. I have so many. So you definitely want to have a lot of mop pads, because, well, you don't have to have a lot if you're cleaning your own home. But for me, I have to have a lot. So if you're cleaning your own home, you do want to at least have the 3 that comes with the mop, because you want to change them often depending on how much you're mopping in a day, right? Because what you don't want to happen is that you continue to use the same mop pad over and over again. You just rinsing it out and using it, rinsing it out and using it, because eventually what's going to happen is that your floors are going to look streaky, because your mop pad has just basically had it, right? And you just need a new one. You need to change it out for a clean one. So I want to bring that up, because a lot of times people feel like just because you have the flat mop pads that you can just continue to use them over and over again in the same cleaning. And you do want to have multiple ones depending on how dirty your floor is, so that you can be able to change them out, because the last thing you want are streaks. The other thing I want to mention is the way that you see me mopping up and down. I am going against the grain of my floors. I am not moving side to side, because that is not the direction that the floor is laid, right? And so if you move side to side, that means that you're going against the grain, and that will also leave your floors very streaky. So whenever you're mopping laminate and wood, you definitely want to go against the grain so that you can have a streak-free floor. As we are nearing the end of this video, we're not there yet, so continue to watch until the end. But as we are nearing the end, I just want to say that I know that a lot of you love to come here and hear me talk about, of course, cleaning, and you also like to hear what I have to say about life, because every once in a while I throw in a little bit of food for thought, right? And I love to do that. However, I know that this is a really long video today, and probably a lot of you came here expecting for me to have something. And I just have to say that today I actually don't, because I am feeling so incredibly light, and I am feeling so incredibly free until I just don't have anything on my heart today. And that's a great thing. That's a really great thing. And so when I do truly have something to say, when I truly do have a word for you, you know I'm going to bring it. But today I'm just really light, y'all. I am really at this place in my life where I'm just enjoying it, right? Like I'm not letting the cares of this world get to me. I'm not letting it bend my faith. I'm not letting it, steal my joy and my peace. I'm not doing any of that because it's just not worth it. I mentioned earlier in the video that journaling is really changing my life. It's really helping me. It is just doing something for me that I never thought it would. But one thing I will say is that whatever you have going on, whatever you holding on to, let it go as it relates to people, because it's not helping you and it's not hurting them. So just whatever it is, let it go. Live free, honey. Spread your wings and fly. Because people like to say, or the old saying is, life is short. Well, I'm here to tell you, life is not short. Life is long, especially when you are continuously having problems over and over again, and especially when you are walking in unforgiveness. Life is not short. Life is long. So I would say that to just let that stuff go. Nobody is worth that type of time. You don't even need to be on that type of time, because you were woke up this morning by the Most High for a reason, and you need to figure out what that reason is. You need to figure out what that purpose is, and you need to walk in it. You need to embrace it, and you need to walk in it, because we are all on this thing called life together, this journey called life together. We're all doing it together, and we all do it differently, and none of us have any room to talk about the other one, because none of us have died for one another, and nor would we, right? There's only one man that have died for us, no one else. So it really just doesn't matter what the next person is doing. Your judgment of them doesn't matter. Their judgment of you doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just be you, because that's what you were put here to do, and that's all you can do. You can't be nobody else, right? So I just wanted to throw that in there, because that's just the mood I'm in, and that's the mood I'm going to walk in. I don't care what people think about me. Even with my content, I get so many stupid comments from unhappy people on a cleaning channel. This is a cleaning channel. What could you possibly have negative to say about a cleaning channel? But people do it because they're miserable and they need to find a way, right? They need to find a way to slide that in on you. But whatever, I just delete it, or, block them, or like at home with T said, she will respond depending on what type of mood she's in, and I feel the exact same way. Now, I showed y'all this because this is one of my mirror rags, and that thing is so raggedy and holy. But I keep it, y'all, because it still works. So that's what I wanted to say to you on today. So I have taken care of my folding of all of my towels. This is the container that I keep them in so that they are nice and ready to go. And also what I love about the flat mop is that I can use any pad. So even though I'm not going to be using the Bona mop anymore, I can still use those pads on my flat mop that I have, right? And they may not be as long, but I can still use them. And I think I can probably also use them on my Swiffer, because somebody told me, or I saw on TikTok rather, and then somebody also told me in the comments that I can use, go to the Dollar General and find these little cheap pads that you can use over and over again on the Swiffer versus buying these pads right here, because these things are expensive. So I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I can use my Bona pads for my Swiffer mop, because I bought my Swiffer mop for just my smaller floors with the tile, which is the laundry room and the bathrooms. So yeah. Now the half bath downstairs, the powder room, I will always use the flat mop, because that flooring in that bathroom is the same as the rest of the flooring on the first floor. So the Swiffer will never get used in there, because this is a different solution, and I use the Bona for that flooring. But as I mentioned, wherever tile is in the smaller areas, which are the 2 bathrooms upstairs, and then the laundry room is where I use the Swiffer and its solution. I'm really hoping that you all are enjoying this long video. This is, like one of our family members said here in the comments or on my community post, that this is going to be a mini movie when I talked about this being a really long video today. It truly has been that. And so I would love to know from all of you that have watched it either halfway through or all the way to the end, what you think about this format. What do you think, about me not speeding the videos up anymore? The reason why I'm asking is because I'm not saying that all of the videos are going to be this long just because they're not sped up. However, I am just trying to do something different with my videos, because that's what YouTube is. You want to stand out, you want to be different. And I actually want you all to see exactly what I'm doing in my home when I'm doing it, right? Because again, I'm teaching you cleaning, I'm showing you what I do step by step. And I think it just helps to slow things down. Of course, I'm going to have some scenes that'll be sped up, just like in today's video. But what do you all think about me not speeding up the videos anymore and you just watching me clean, listening to me talk, listening to me teach, that sort of thing? I actually loved it today. So this is how the cabinet is looking in the entryway. It is absolutely gorgeous. The big picture there is what I was talking about, moving and putting something else there. I don't know. We'll see. That cord is going to bother me, so I'm definitely going to fix that, even if I have to use an extension cord just to make it hang and not just sit in the air like that. This is what it looks like at night. This is so absolutely pretty to me. It is just all that to me. Again, I have a missing knob, but hey, it is what it is. I'll get the Home Depot when I get there to get that other knob that is so small. But other than that, that is looking gorgeous. And I also changed out my light bulb in the living room for a purple light, because that's my whole vibe, and I've had that purple light for a while.